My name's Freddie Shields. I've been skating since I was about 13. Really, I picked up a skateboard when I was about 10. But yeah, I didn't get serious and start doing tricks until I was about 13. I'm from San Diego, California. I was born and raised there till I was about 13. Moved to Indiana, because my dad was in the Navy. And I'm 31 right now. Currently living in California. Recently moved back. So yeah, I'm out here now. I've been coming to Jkwon since I first heard about it. So basically since I first moved here about a year ago to California. So yeah, I make sure I make it a point to come here every single Sunday. I try not to miss a Sunday. Hell or high water, I'm gonna try to be here. I drive about an hour and a half out, about 96 miles. I come from Hemet right now. So that's where I'm currently staying at. So y'all come out there, come see me, come skate. Regular Sunday, how it goes, I try to wake up at like 6:30. Shit, usually end up getting up about 7, try to hit the snooze button a couple of times, and then shit, get dressed, brush my teeth, wash my face, make sure I look presentable, get on the road, turn on my favorite songs, I guess, to pass some time, shit, and then just make that hike, make that hour and 30 drive. There's nothing doing this out here in Cali and then, doing the same thing in Indiana. It was way different out there. It was way, way different out there. When I come out to Jkwon, I usually skate as long as they allow us to, which usually that's about 3-4 hours. And yeah, I really try to make it happen in that time. We got quite a few people that come out and skate. The skill level is extremely high out here. So I don't want to deter anybody, but if you're thinking about coming out, it's real out here. Niggas ain't playing, nobody's playing games. Like, this is really LA's proving ground. So, and that's to sum it up. That's why I come out here, because it's LA's proving grounds. I'm here to prove myself. I've been skating since I was 10. Just learning how to ride the board, and then I finally popped my first trick a few years later, maybe when I was about 13. But all that time up until then was just trying to figure out how to ride, just having fun. We used it for transportation, but it was never something I took that serious until probably I saw Kareem Campbell on Tony Hawk, and then I was like, okay, like, black people can really do this. So that stood out to me, from my community, because we get bullied, we get picked on. So people like Kareem, people like Stevie, like, they really set the way for us. And anybody, my skin tone, my demographic, my age, anywhere close will tell you the same thing. They'll tell you the same thing. So yeah, I was about 10. My mom told me stop playing video games so much, go outside. So I went outside. Sure enough, like, one step out of my door, literally took the first step, turned my head, there was a skateboard shaped like a goldfish. So I got on it, I made my way down my driveway. So in my head, I already had it like that was my goal, right? To make it down the driveway. So I made it down the driveway. Now what am I about to do? So I look up, all right, bet, now I'm gonna go to the end of my street. So I went to the end of my street. Okay, cool, I made it. Now I'm thinking, what am I gonna do? I look up and turn, and there's somebody else, another kid, a little bit older than me, skateboarding. So he looked at me, I looked at him. He said, yo, you wanna come skate? So I went down the road, and it was history after that. His name's Michael Jones. He actually recently found me on Instagram. So yeah, shout out my brother, my long lost brother right there. He really kept me going. He looks at my stuff now like, wow, you really came up. So just hearing that from him makes me proud that I can make him proud, because he definitely gave me the tools to be free out here. Skateboarding is all a free feeling. So he gave that to me. So thank you, Mike. Probably my favorite skate video might be It's Official from DGK. Yeah, all of those parts stood out like so vividly to me. Like, especially Stevie's part, like, that was just, I could rewatch that literally every single day, and like, it would not faze me. Like, people would be like, dog, you've been watching the same video for like a week. I'm like, dude, I do not care. I'll watch the same fucking part. Like, I'm just that way. I'm kind of set in my way, so maybe that's me. But yeah, first saw that video when it first came out. I'm not sure what year it was. Don't quote me on it. It might be like 04, somewhere in there. 2006, so a little bit after that. But just the music stood out to me, and like how everything like matched up. Like, that's really how I envision like skateboarding to be. like when it got to a point where I could film and like start doing it on my own, you know what I mean? Like when you start thinking like, what do I want to achieve once you finally see what you can kind of do? That's what I wanted to get to. Like as soon as I knew like I could kind of get to some shit, like that's where I was trying to go with it, like straight there. Yeah. Kareem Campbell, Stevie Williams, no particular order, man. Like that's how I saw them. That's how I love them. Like there's no greater skateboarders to me than Stevie Williams and Kareem Campbell. Like those are my two idols. If I could ride for either one of them, a combination, like both of them, like that would be a dream. It would literally be a dream. A kid me would have not even believed that I made it out here. Kid me probably would have thought I would have never left to Indiana though. Shout out the Indiana homies, I love y'all. LFT homies, definitely who I came up with. So yeah, y'all showed me the East Coast way. Adrian Gephardt, Austin Bland, all the homies, man. Y'all really, those were the two I really grew up skating around. Austin Bland, Adrian Gephardt, man. They really like put me on. So Adrian came kind of, you know, before me. He was like already doing pro stuff. And so when I came around, I was just trying to skate with him. I couldn't really get there, couldn't really skate with him. He'd be filming and stuff. They kind of leave the spot and stuff, which I'm like, oh man, that kind of sucks. But I finally got my weight up. I finally got to skate with him. And then Austin Bland came later. He's like the new generation, like he crazy, insane. Like anything you could think of, he could do. He tells me he grew up watching me skate, and I don't even like hardly remember him being around when I did like anything hardly, like anything cool. So for him to say that to me, you know, really lets me know that he had eyes on me. So I appreciate y'all for real, for everything that you did. Austin Bland pushed me to make my first part. So shout out Austin. Without him, that would have not happened. I mean, the motivation, the want was there, but sometimes you just gotta have a motherfucker tell you like, hey, get your ass up. I know it's 112 degrees out. We're in Indiana in the summer, but you're not gonna be able to do this shit in the wintertime. There ain't no skating in the wintertime, nothing like that. So even though it's 112, get up, let's get it. So it's different. It definitely turns you into a different sort of beast, you know? Not being able to even go outside, like you don't even want to go to your car to like get something out of it, like it's so cold. Like you don't want to open the door, nothing. So to be able to skate like year round means everything. And that's really where Cali strives. And that's why I had to move here, you know, not necessarily just because of the weather, but that is definitely one of the biggest factors. So for anyone thinking about trying to make it out and really making something happen, you got to get off your ass, you got to go do it, you got to apply yourself. We saw Beagle over here. Beagle, a legend. I see so many legends. I saw Braden Safransky. I said his last name right, from Baker. Today? Yeah, or last week. He was up here. I saw iShot up here. I got pictures with him from up here. He actually told me my heel flip front tail was like pretty wild. So I got some props from iShot. Shout out iShot, man. That meant a lot to me that day. I'll never forget that. So, and what else?
Who else have you seen? Let's talk
man,
about like the talent.
So many heads, dude. So many heads. And like TJ Rogers, that's another name, TJ. Thank you for everything, TJ. Like, you're the man. Like, he's probably one of the first pros like of that like street league caliber that I like got to meet. And he was just the coolest dude. Like, unbelievable, unbelievably humble. So thank you, TJ, for that. And also Seva, dude, you're the man. You know, anything you guys got going on, I would love to be involved with, because definitely look up to you guys. You guys set the tone. That's how every pro should be. Like fucking Seva and TJ. Tristan Funkhauser, just the other week, he did some crazy shit. Yeah, Tristan went crazy. He rode like straight up the wall back here. Man, higher than I've ever seen anybody, I think. That's with my own two eyes, but maybe somebody's went higher, but I ain't seen the shit, so. What else? There's somebody else too. Keelan Dad was here. Keelan Dad was ripping shit. Keelan Dad was going crazy. So I always wanted to skate with Keelan. I finally got to do that. So it's a really good like hot spot to meet a bunch of folks. So, and back before COVID, we had everyone coming out. Nice. I gotta mention Nice. My homie Nice, man. That was the first homie I had moving to LA. So Nice really like, he helped me out with everything. When I say everything, everything. Like, Knees gave me a place to sleep at. Like, Knees really helped me out. That way I could come to Jkwon and like not have to drive so far. I was renting hotels because I didn't have nowhere to stay. I was homeless basically. So, you know, Knees, shouts out to you, boy, and your wife. Hi, Hiroko. I appreciate y'all, for real. They cooked me good meals. Like, it was insane. Like, I just can't believe like the love and the care, you know, these people gave me. So, and I'm always here for you. I'm always gonna show that love back. So that's for sure. Basically, he was just giving me like that positivity that he's known for and just really, you know, motivated me. Just telling me to keep going, that I'm doing the right stuff. You know, giving me plenty of advice, plenty of tips. As soon as I showed up, he was like, yo, heel flip monster. Like, it's crazy that one of my idols knows me. You know, I would never imagine. Some kid me right now would be tripping. Like, I still trip. You guys know I still trip. If you guys follow me on Instagram, social media, anything, I'm very humble. I still trip off this stuff, man. Maybe I don't show it, I try not to show it, but damn. Shit is sick. I appreciate everyone that shows me love. You guys are the shit to me. Growing up was a different battle. Mom was there for sure. Dad was like an alcoholic, but I mean, he was in the Navy, so you know, he provided for us, that's for sure. So financially, we were doing pretty all right. We were like middle class. We didn't have a whole lot, but we weren't like struggling, you know? And so, yeah, I would say just him being in the Navy, you know, him having to deal with like certain issues that I didn't know until after he had died. But yeah, he had probably gone through a lot himself to make him an alcoholic. So I don't blame him for that. But that is what I was brought up around. So that's the way it went for me. So not really too much guidance there. So I was definitely out in the street quite a bit. Like, I didn't have really too much to answer to, you know. Thank God for skateboarding. It definitely helped me out. As far as my parents, they didn't really like know too much about skateboarding, but what my parents were good at was music. So that's where I get my music from, is my parents. Yeah. Man, to the kids, you guys, man, stay positive, love on each other, and what I mean by that is just show positivity to each other. And I don't mean just by not, you know, if you don't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. I mean like go out of your way and try to lift somebody up. You never know what they've been through that day. So, you know, no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, you know, you just got to keep a certain mentality about you. You know, keep your honor about you. You know, sometimes shit don't always go the way you want it to. It's hard to let out some of that frustration, but for the youth, man, y'all got to chill it out, man. Y'all just stay positive, stay in tune with each other. Stay in tune with each other, because y'all the future.